Collection development and self-censorship. Collection policy. Written policies and procedures are critical to the efficient management of a school library program and collection. Essential reasons why a collection policy should be in place is because it protects intellectual freedom. By referencing the Library Bill of Rights and Freedom to Read statement, the collection policy is protecting the right of the library user to read, seek information, and speak freely. Another reason is because it establishes reconsideration process. Every individual has the right to voice their concern that they might have with material in the library, and the collection policy has steps on how to handle each complaint, whether it is informal or formal. And lastly, a collection policy provides collection maintenance. Material that no longer serves the needs of patrons can be taken out of the collection, and other books that just might be too out of date for the collection. In the article, Children's Collection Development, Good Books or Books Kids Like, some important takeaways is that media-connected books are written to extend the reach of the product. This was eye-opening because it explained the reason why a bad quality book would be published. It is to sell more of the product, and that is it. Another takeaway is that both quality and appealing books should be in the collection. With that being said, this will definitely impact my choices for my future collection. Books of appeal will be included. Possible titles will be vetted in order to try to find a good quality book. Self-censorship. Soft or self-censorship is when we modify our book choices, not based on our selection policy, but on the climate. Article 2. Data-driven to avoid soft censorship. The problem with self-censorship is that when we, as librarians, use it, we keep learners' needs are not met. It is important for us to be aware of our biases, and doing some self-reflection can counter self-censorship. When deciding whether or not to include a book, we can ask ourselves if we are basing it on our beliefs. Important takeaways from this article is that data is a solution to counter self-censorship. When we are second-guessing ourselves whether to include a book into our collection, we can use data to back up our reason for choosing to include it in our collection. Data can be book reviews, circulation reports, surveys that are given to teachers and students about how they perceive the library, whether they believe that it's accessible to them. Also through self-observations as a librarian, watching and seeing your visitors, the learners come in, and using that as data for you to decide whether or not to include a book in your collection.